This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Retrovision, the right advice at the best price. Safety Compliance Global, taking care of all your safety requirements. The Ray Hotel, discover the best pub experience in Fremantle. And Eco Action, inspiring positive environmental change. Thank you all for supporting local.
Hello Australia, thank you for supporting local. It's The Couch, episode 821 coming your way today. We're talking to Jesse Vakatny. Now, he's from Hayman Theatre. He's got a great show at Blue Room and we'll talk to him very soon. Entertainment with Alexander Sacosta. Club Fiesta's coming in as well. We're talking to the CEO of Variety here in WA. Catherine West is coming in for Davida Home Care to tell us what's happening with them. Andrew Sharp is in from Nada TV and we've also got the Bitchin' team. So it's a big show. Hope you can stick around. It starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can watch it from your house. It's showtime on the couch. With Fred and the best in town. Oh, it's showtime on the couch.
Hello Australia, welcome to another episode of The Couch. Hope you can stick around for the next hour. Let's get straight into it. We've got Jesse Vakatny in the studio. I think I pronounced that right. Jess, thank you very much for coming in today.
No, it's good to
Pronounce
see you.
your name because I know it's
Vakatny.
Vakatny.
Yeah.
Beautiful name. Now, what's the origin of that? New Zealand, you said?
Polynesian.
Because I thought you were Italian. And
get that
I
a
pronounced
lot.
it Vacatini.
Yeah. And the translation is many canoes.
Ah, beautiful name.
That's what it means.
But you were born here, weren't you?
Born here.
So, look, you were born into theatre, I believe, because you're at Curtin Uni and
Yes.
you're at the Hayman Theatre.
I am.
Tell me a little bit about you, Jesse, because I know we've had you on the couch before. You're a
Yes.
bit of an actor.
Yeah.
And you love it.
That's my thing.
Yep. How long have you been acting?
Professionally since 2019, but since a kid.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been my dream.
What, a couple of days ago? Because you're still young.
Oh,
Because how
getting
old are you now?
My back's a bit sore.
How old are you now?
I'm 21 in
That's
2 months.
still young. That's
Still
still young.
young.
Now, tell me about Hayman Theatre. How do they work?
Yeah, so Hayman Theatre are kind of a branch off of Curtin University. So that's the theatre that we operate in. So they're their own company, but all the theatre students work through.
So is this your way, like in television you would have a TV studio and the kids make their productions? Hayman Theatre is where you guys would do your craft,
Essentially,
your shows.
yeah.
So tell me about how you got involved in the Blue Room. There's a show coming up there
Sure.
and it's, tell me about Launch.
Yeah, definitely. So Launch is the end of year showcase for all the third year students, and usually it is at the Hayman Theatre on campus. However, this year we've had an amazing opportunity to perform in the Blue Room Theatre in Northbridge.
Which is wonderful, isn't it?
It is. It's a great venue, and we're really excited to.
What's Launch all about?
It is essentially the pathway into the industry for us. It's launching us into our careers.
So I guess the naming was deliberate,
I assume
launching
so,
into your
yeah.
career. What can we expect to see if we come to the show?
So we have 6 different shows being performed. It's about a 90-minute runtime, and so you see 10 to 15-minute shows.
So they're short movies, but it's short theatre plays.
Essentially, yeah, live.
15 minutes. How many actors are taking part, do you know? Or how many people? It's all the
Our
students,
class
I'm
is
assuming.
about a size of 20.
That's quite good.
And that ranges from actors to directors to the lighting technicians and the sound designers. So we're doing everything together.
And can the public attend and watch?
Definitely.
And that's
Yep.
what we're wanting people to do. We
Yes.
want you to go and support the Launch as well. Now, this is going to be at the Blue Room Theatre. Tell us the dates.
Sure. So it's the 16th, 17th and 18th of October
Yep,
in the
next
Blue
month.
Room Theatre. Yep.
Fantastic. Now, there's also another production that you're working on individually as well. Tell me about a little bit about that one.
Yeah, so that's within Launch. The
Yep.
one that I'm working on is called Gen AI. So this is one of the shows you will see if you do come watch.
Gen AI. Now, you're
Yep.
telling me AI as in the
It's
augmented reality type
yes,
thing.
it's Gen the name with a J,
Yep.
but it's a take on generative
And
AI.
what are you doing in this play?
So this is a radio play, and essentially it's about a bunch of explorers going to space to find a new planet for us to call home because Earth is dying.
And who came up with this concept? Did you have to write it yourself?
Yeah, so all the students come up with the ideas. One of the students, a good friend of mine, Zoe Garciano, she wrote it and she's directing it.
Where would you like to see yourself, say, in about 5 years' time? You're 21, maybe. You're obviously going to continue with your acting.
Yes.
And we've got an amazing film studio happening here as of next year. Are you getting involved in all of that?
Definitely.
Are you looking at Whopper as well and things like that?
Yeah, so I was thinking about going into study once I finish this degree.
How hard is it for people in WA to get into acting? Is it a difficult thing, or if you want to get into it, you can?
There's always opportunities. It's just finding them and being ready when you do find those.
What would your perfect job be if you could take it tomorrow?
Acting, being an actor.
Is there a preference to movies, television, theatre?
I like the end product of film. I like being able to watch the movie, but there's something about live theatre, the energy
There's
and
a
the
buzz,
relationship with an audience. And if you mess up, you mess up. Whereas in film,
whatever happens goes.
redo it.
And I think you're right. I think with television, we're recording it. The audience, you don't know what they think because you don't get the reaction instantly. Theatre is one of those things that they're amongst it, and they'll react straight away. Have you ever had a disaster in theatre that you thought, oh no, never again?
Ooh. There's been a few. I've done a few performances, and I did one at Black Swan called Medea in 2019, and just one of the props on stage just went completely missing, and we had to improvise.
And what did you do?
We just pretended it was there.
As you do.
And it worked, because I mean the audience don't know what's meant to happen, so you kind of
Fantastic.
have that freedom to play.
Now, when does the course finish this year at Curtin?
October. So this showing will be the end.
Wraps up the year, I guess. So this is like your final showcase. It is, of course, the Curtin students that are part of Hayman Theatre. It's going to be at the Blue Room. Tell us again, the Blue Room, and what dates?
16th, 17th and 18th of October. So your tickets will be available at the Blue Room website, and just look for Launch 25.
Sounds fantastic. And of course, they can link to the Hayman Theatre as well, which will be there. Thank you very much for coming in today.
Thank you for
Was there
having me.
anything else you wanted to thank the Academy maybe, or anybody else?
Just thank you for supporting local theatre.
And it's really important. Why is it such a great thing to be an actor too, for young kids watching? Why would you urge people to become actors?
Just being able to play and explore different lives and just have fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Well done. Jesse, thank you very much for coming in today. We look forward to Launch, of course, folks. Please support it at the Blue Room. Check it out. Go to the Blue Room Theatre, of course, their website if you want to book tickets there, or go to Hayman Theatre as well. Thank you again, and all the best. We'll see you. I'm sure we'll see you again on the couch
Hopefully,
very soon.
fingers crossed.
Just like keeping fit is really important here on the couch, Club Fiesta and the team are downstairs. Over to you. Hello, welcome.
Thank you, Fred. Hi, everyone. My name is Hala, and I'm from Club Fiesta. Let me welcome you, my team, today. I have got Amanda, I have got Sarah, and I've got Debs. We're so happy and excited to be here, guys. In case you're wondering, Club Fiesta, dance fitness exercise program designed for everyone. It is known for its awesome music and the simplicity of it. So we do a lot of events every year, and we're big supporters of Telethon. So just to let you know, guys, we're going to have a big fundraiser class, which is happening on Saturday, the 4th of October, and it's going to be at the Court Nightclub upstairs at the Verdict Room. We've got the entire room to ourselves from 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. And the class is going to commence at 8, and we have entertainment. We're going to have a photo booth. We're going to have lots of different surprises that you'll find out on the night. And then we finish nice and early by 10. All the profits are going to Telethon. I hope you guys can grab your tickets and support this amazing cause. You can head to our website, clubfiesta.com.au, go under events, and you can purchase your tickets there. All right, so we're so happy to be here. We're going to do a little mashup today. Are you ready to dance with us? Yes, let's go. Roll the music. Beautiful. We're going to do a little step touch. Easy. Sounds like the sound of summer. It is almost summertime, right? Salsa forward. Cha-cha-cha. Beautiful. Show me those hips. You ready, girls? Whoop, whoop. That's it. 2 more. We're going to wait for 4 right here. Snap those fingers. Other way. You. And again. 1 more. We're going to clap. Up and down. Loco. Do it again. Ball change here. You. That's it. 1 more. You're going to come forward. Ready? Go. Skip. Take it back. 2 steps. Whoop. Again. One more. We're going to go from the top. Simple as that. Woo! If you win the lottery, come and see me, okay? That's it. I'll be waiting. One more. Wave it. You! Perfectly. You are perfect. No matter what. In our own ways. We all are. Oh yeah. Ready? Clap it. Woo! We all need luck in our lives. That's it. That's why we got each other. Yes. Makes life interesting. Woo! Come forward. Take it back. One more. Now, we're gonna wave side to side house. Woo! Yes.
She's a queen that lives like a king.
To all my queens. One more. Now, we're gonna look. Ready?
Got it.
3, 2, 1. Come forward. Take it back. Whoop, whoop. Oh, yes. Energy's in the house. Yes. We're gonna wave side to side. Up, down. Pull it. Good. Woo! Now, steps for 3. 3, 2, walk it back. Boom. Let's go outside. Whoop, whoop. Again.
She's a queen that lives like a king.
Last one. Ready? Bring your arms.
Got it.
Woo! Oh, yes. Let's go. Woo! One more. Take a deep breath. Boom. All right. Good job, everyone. I hope you tried this on with us at home. If you, I am fit, I promise you that. If you want to head to our website, find out about classes, becoming an instructor, or you can grab your telethon tickets, head to our website, clubfiesta.com.au. Back to you, Fred. Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much. Hala, it's always a pleasure. You puff me out every single time, but we'll catch up with you next week, and good luck with the telethon event as well. Let's talk Variety WA. We've got the CEO of Variety, Chris, is here, and with him, welcome back to Nisha Seth.
Thank you so much, Fred. Yes, I've been away and I've missed everyone on the show. And today, my first guest, and very, very exciting, Chris Chatton, the CEO of Variety WA. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Good to see you.
It's so great to have Variety WA on the show. You've been around for around 50 years here in Perth, Western Australia, and over 100 in other parts of the world.
It's an amazing organisation. So it came into being to support a single individual child in America, and over the course of a century, we now operate in 38 different countries around the world, supporting hundreds of thousands of children every single year. And here in WA, you know, it's a fixture on the calendar. We do events all the time that people love. And last year we supported over 26,000 children across the state with the needs that they have. So
that's amazing. And for those that have not looked at the detail, what types of programs do you run?
So we run a whole variety of different things. So we run scholarships that support children that have got talents in a wide variety of areas. In fact, keep your eye out on the Para Athletics Championships next week, because Rhiannon Clark, one of our scholarship recipients, is going to be competing for Australia.
Fantastic.
We run programs that support children. So we've got one coming up in a couple of weeks, Motormouth Camp, a residential camp to support children that use AAC devices to basically give children with complex communication needs a voice for the first time. And then we do individual grants, so children that are suffering from long-term illness or live with disabilities or experience disadvantage can apply for a grant, and we can support them in an individual basis. So lots of amazing things that we get to do.
Wonderful. And being a community organisation, not for profit, it's beautiful to be able to service the community in this way. There's so many gaps, aren't there, sometimes?
There's a huge number of gaps, and that's what we exist for. And we work in conjunction with other organisations. So a swing appeal that's underway at the moment is in partnership with Operation Sunshine, and these provide emergency backpacks for children that have been taken out of their homes in traumatic circumstances. So it's something that they have that gives them that sense of identity and well-being, which is really important. So we do amazing things, but we rely entirely on the generosity of people across the state to help us be able to do that.
Wonderful. And so what have you got coming up that we can talk about with the audience?
We've got lots of things coming up, as we always do. But
Very
busy.
busy.
There's a couple in particular. We're really excited. In a couple of weeks, we've got an event called Toy Bank coming back, which is a lunch taking place down at the Kingsman on...
Toy Bank, that sounds like fun.
It is, absolutely. but the meaning behind it is really important. So it's talking about supporting children that are experiencing or in the situation of family and domestic violence and are being removed from homes, and it's about giving them a toy and something that they can take under very challenging circumstances with them. But the event is much more about raising awareness because cases are increasing year on year. The last recorded figures are over 59,000 reported to the police. And, this is something that we need to talk about. So we've got the Agent for Change for the 16 Days in WA campaign is going to be talking to the audience. And it's about informing people and making people aware of the challenging circumstances that people are going through, but more importantly, that children are having to experience through no fault of their own.
Oh, look, absolutely. Being a psychologist, I appreciate the DV situation here, and I think it's fantastic taking something like toys and being able to utilise it in this space and create awareness. How do people find out more about that event?
If they jump on our website, they'll see a link through to Toy Bank, and tickets are selling really quickly. But it's a really exciting afternoon. The space is amazing. The Kingsman down on the foreshore next to the Swan River is amazing. But the message that you're going to hear, the people that are going to be standing up and talking, what it's all about. So all we ask is people come along with a gift wrap toy that we can give to a child.
Wonderful.
And then they become part of our community.
That's fantastic. So really support that, everyone. That's beautiful. What do we have coming up as well? Anything else?
So one of the other things is people have got a sense of adventure and they want to help and raise a little bit of money, and they're brave. I mean, braver than me. Central Park Plunge is taking place towards the end of October.
Yes.
This is where you abseil down the tallest building in WA. As I said, way beyond my comfort zone, but we have got a number of slots, so you just sign up for a slot. You commit to doing a little bit of fundraising, but more importantly you get to support families and children by doing something that's genuinely adventurous. Going over the edge from 130 metres I think is a little bit beyond what I can do, but if that's something you're interested in, we've got I think there's a couple of slots left available, but it's that way of being able to support the work that we do, but equally you're getting something really positive for yourself out of it at the same time.
And what great team building for organisations. I've actually been a part of a team for the Central Park Plunge, and I think it's amazing when you see everyone coming down and looks on people's faces, I've made it, and then they've also raised money as well, which is fantastic.
Absolutely, and they get down to the bottom of it, and the adrenaline buzz and just that sense of achievement. How did you feel as you went over the edge?
Oh, amazing. I love I do scuba diving, skiing, and all those things you're frightened at the start, but I think it's really important to challenge yourself. It's really good for the mind mastery. So I would encourage anyone to give it a go. If you're there and you're part of the team, you don't even have to go over the edge, right? There were some teams where people got there and they didn't go over the edge, but they were still raising money. They were with their team.
Absolutely. And, last year, the people that were plunging for us raised over $75,000, and every single one of those dollars makes a difference.
Yes.
And that's what we're all about. So.
Well, that's really exciting, Chris. It must be amazing to be the CEO of such a vibrant and, active organisation.
I mean, it's fantastic because we get to go out and we operate across the whole of WA. So I get to go and visit families and organisations and schools that we support. But what you see everywhere that we go is just the generosity of the people across the whole state. Because, as I said, we exist entirely on the generosity of individual people. And you see that everywhere. And then you hear the stories from the families and the impact that it's made on those children and how we've made their lives a little bit better.
Wonderful. Chris, thank you for all of your work and the team at Variety WA. We hope to have you on the couch many more times talking about your events. Where do people find out more if they want to get involved?
If they just jump on our website, varietywa.org.au, and everything that we've got going on is on there. We're a very busy organisation. There's something that we do that I think that would appeal to pretty much everybody. So, come and join us and help.
Wonderful, excellent. So team, if you've missed any of that, you can go to thecouch.com.au or our Facebook page. Chris Chatterton, CEO of Variety WA, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
For now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much, Nisha. That thing about jumping over the bill, I'll do it when Chris does it, so I'm pretty sure I'll never have to do it. But please get involved. We'll get Chris back maybe next month if he's available, because there are some more events coming up and we want to be a good friend of Variety. They do a great job. And don't forget the Variety Youth Choir as well. They're doing amazing things. If you want to be part of a Variety Youth Choir and you've got a talent for music or a love for music, get in contact with them or become a volunteer as well. We'll take a break. More of The Couch coming up from this local location in Perth, as we are local. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back to The Couch. My good friend Catherine Ewan is back. She's the networker from DeVita Home Care. Welcome back.
Thank you, Fred.
Nice to have you in the studio. And you bring gifts. You know how much I do love a good hot dog. Where have you been this morning?
Well, it's funny because usually I love coming in to see you, especially because I can get all dressed up and put my nice frock on. And today I've got my kitchen outfit. I've come straight from a Bunnings sausage
Can these
sizzle.
be eaten? Are they safe?
Absolutely, yeah. There's some that have got ketchup and some with brown. You've got a ketchup there. I like that.
Very nice. Now, why are we raising money at Bunnings?
Well, my team and I have been busy. Literally this morning I was hot off the grill as I came in because we're raising money for Dementia Australia. It's a National Dementia Action Week this week. So I really just wanted to draw people's attention to that and talk about it. It gave us a good reason to come in and chat.
How does Dementia Week affect the work that you do at DeVita?
It's very relevant to us now. It is a misconception that dementia is specifically an old person's illness. Unfortunately, we do have... You're loving that hot dog. We do have lots of younger people living with dementia too. So I had brought in... I've got some crib notes here because obviously I was very busy this morning, and I've got some misconceptions for you that I wondered if you knew. So the misconception number one is that it is an old person's disease, and it's not, as I've just mentioned. We do have a lot of people that are younger that are diagnosed with dementia. As well, dementia. Yeah, certainly. Another misconception is that dementia only affects memory. It doesn't. It affects movement and cognition and language. Another one is that there's nothing that you can do if you have a diagnosis of dementia, and that is a misconception, that there's work we can do to delay.
Correct. There's medication now that can actually not cure the problem, but can actually slow it down, which is a great thing.
And obviously the fundraising is really about trying to find a cure. So I was looking at some statistics before I came on, and at the moment they're estimating about 425,000 people across Australia are living with a diagnosis of dementia.
Well, like I was saying to you, my mum had dementia. Hers was called, as you were saying, renal dementia. Now people think, renal dementia, how does that happen? But she was on dialysis. And the constant dialysis treatment causes an imbalance, which caused her memory to go and other issues in her life. So there are so many people that are not born with dementia, but they get it through other circumstances. And as we said, people are born as well, the young. So it can be a horrible illness. Can I just say, like, there are people out there that have got family members suffering from dementia. They know the work involved, whether you're a partner, a child, a carer. I have sympathy, I guess, and I have an understanding of what the work, because I was a carer for my mum.
Yes.
And there were days that we had to change the locks on the doors because she would get up and try and open the doors and go out in the middle of the night. There was situations where she'd have anger tantrums and then all of a sudden say, no, I wasn't angry, I don't know what you're talking about. It's a horrible thing. So, look, the greatest thing about DeVita is you care for people in their own homes. And there are people that might have onset dementia. How do you sort of deal with those sort of customers?
Yeah.
Do you provide services?
Absolutely. And our staff have specific training to support people living with dementia. And like you say, Fred, it can be so challenging. Obviously so sad for the person that's received that diagnosis, but for their whole family and support network as well. So home support like ours does not only provide support for the person that's been diagnosed, but their family too, and it gives them some important respite, which you as a carer, having been a carer in the past, you would appreciate that too. So
I think so, and it's one of these, as you said, there's hundreds of thousands of people suffering from dementia, and I guess home care services is pretty important, because one of the things is people think that when you've got dementia coming up that you can't remember anything. Mum used to come in and out of it, but she wanted to be home. One of the things she did remember is, funny enough, Mum always remembered her home. She didn't remember all the kids, but she remembered me for whatever reason. It triggers different feelings, and I think it's really important if you can keep people in their own home for whatever time of life that they're 10 years, 15 years, 5 years. It's a pretty important step, isn't it?
Yeah, so important. And I think having some good home care in place can be a little bit wider than just that day-to-day putting care. We
Correct.
can obviously keep people well connected with their social community as well. And that's something that there's been proven that impacts greatly on people, particularly as they're ageing, because that's the people that we're looking after. So if we can keep people socially well connected, look after their hearing as well, because hearing impairment has been linked to diagnosis of dementia as well. So making sure that we're making sure people are eating really well and they've got support for shopping and meals, that they're well connected to their community,
And grooming.
that they're safe
Can I say
at
grooming?
home.
Mum used to have grooming. They used to come and shower her and
Yeah.
they'd dress her, and she felt like she had these friends.
Yeah.
That she used to see them as friends, not as carers. And because of her dementia, she thought they were part of her family.
Yes.
And I guess with Davida, that's what you do. You're a package.
Absolutely. I think it is so important to help people retain their dignity as they're ageing. And I think that loss of confidence as well, particularly when we're hearing about people that have received that diagnosis,
Correct.
they can lose confidence and don't want to connect with the people that they used to. So I think, like you say, something really as fundamental as helping somebody with their personal grooming keeps them confident to stay connected, which really just forms part of that really
Absolutely.
good outcome.
And Davida, of course, are here in WA. They're local people, local face. Catherine, I can tell you she's not AI, she's real.
Real,
She's brought me the
yes.
real hot dogs as well. They taste amazing. Are you working on other things at the moment? I know there's a lot of changes coming up November the 1st with the federal government, a lot of confusion out there.
Oh, lots, so much.
Can people call
I
you?
keep coming on and talking about that, don't I? And I thought
Yeah,
I'm going to talk
but-
about something different today. But yes, massive
Just so
change
people can get in
in the
touch.
industry. So
Yep.
basically, the nuts and bolts of it are we've got a brand new Aged Care Act, which
Yes.
is coming into effect at the beginning
There
of
are some
November.
changes.
Part of that means that home care packages are being replaced with a system called Support at Home. People will be able to access specific services if they are living with dementia. So definitely contact us or talk to your provider and find out what extra services
Beautiful.
you can tap into through that. I did just want to
Yeah,
say...
you do. I was going to say, give us the website, but tell us what you wanted to say
Well, we've
while
got,
I take another bite of this hot dog.
Yeah, do that. Well, Davida is actually national. I'm from our local team here in Perth, but we are right across Australia. Please do get in touch. You can get in touch via our website, which is davida.com.au. And we do have these, I don't know where to look. Oh, there we go. Dementia-specific booklets, which if you get in touch, we can post one out to you. Or you can just hop on our website and download a copy. There's lots of tips
Here's
in
a
there,
quiz for you.
practical tips, and also little
Who
bits about
says,
us.
together we create care that centres around you?
Oh, that's Davida, our
That's your
circle of
motto.
care. Yes.
What a wonderful organisation. You do an amazing job. You even cook good hot dogs.
Oh,
can I
thank
just
you
say?
very much.
Supporting dementia care, of course. It's just one part of what Davida does. And you are an amazing organisation. Keep up the great work. I know how important your work is. And we thank you. Was there anything else? Did I cut you off?
No, I got my plug in for the book. I'm happy.
Well done.
Thank
Catherine
you.
Ewan, of course, networker here in our local Perth office of Davida. Give them a call if you've got any questions about aged care, any confusion. They will try and get through that confusion for you and help you with some facts and information that can help you. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And I'm sure we'll see you again before the end of the year. We'll take a break. More of The Couch coming up right after this. Stick around.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Welcome back to The Couch. Always nice to talk to friends in our wonderful local studio. We've got Andrew Sharp, who's programming head of production, I guess we can call him at Thank you.
Head of programming, Fred.
There you go, at Nada TV, and they're with us today, speaking to our good friend, head of programming here, Nisha Seth. Over to you.
Oh my goodness, I love the title. I have no idea I'd know what I was doing though. Welcome to the show, Andrew.
Thank you.
What's it like being the head of programming for Nada TV that is launching?
Challenging. We started on this project around a year ago, and I think one of the biggest challenges is finding content. I mean, one of the things that we found fairly early on was yourself and Fred doing the couch, and this is brilliant. And
Thank you.
this show will be airing on Nada TV. So Monday nights at 6:30 and also Friday nights at 9 o'clock when you can see the director's cut version. We also have a lot of other products. We're very strong with news and current affairs. So up in Roban, we have a team, and they'll be producing a half-hour show fortnightly called First Nations Reports, and it will focus largely on Indigenous stories, not just from the Northwest, but from around WA as well. In fact, just this week, the production team have been down in Bunbury and also in Perth, and I think they're planning a visit to Kalgoorlie soon to gather stories that will of interest to the Indigenous community here in WA and across the country as well. We also have a regional WA news programme called The Evening News, and that will air every week. And we have a daily news bulletin of national and international news produced by 6 News. And they have a young, dedicated team of journalists to produce that. And I've been very lucky to source a global news programme coming out of New York City, no less.
Wow.
I know, I still pinch myself when I hear that. And we'll get that every evening. So if you watch at 11 o'clock at night, it's literally hot off the wire from New York.
Wonderful.
And they do some really good stuff. It's a very talented team of journalists.
So Andrew, Nada TV, based out of the Pilbara, but obviously you can reach Nada TV through an app, I believe, as well. So this is exciting.
Yes, you can. If you're in the original genesis of the idea is that we were given a license to broadcast what's called narrowcast TV using the transmitter on the hill in Roban, but that only reaches about 3,500 people in Roban itself and the surrounding areas. And we've run a radio station for the last 21 years now, and that's on a network of 14 different transmitters right across the Pilbara. But we still only reach about 2/3 of the audience of the Pilbara. So we started to make the radio station available online via the website and through apps. And then when it came to television, we thought, well, actually, this is a sensible, let's go down the same route. So if you go to nadatv.com.au, you can watch the channel online. Or, as you said, if you could go to your mobile phone, Apple or Android, and download the app. And if you have a Google TV in your living room, you can find an app on that as well. Download it, and then you can watch our channel. And it's not just the linear channel, it's also, you'll be able to see our content on demand.
Wonderful.
So the couch will be available, and you can see the couch anytime, and indeed anywhere.
Andrew, I love this because before you came on, we were talking about your history in television, and you've worked for the BBC, you've worked across a lot of major channels, and the Pilbara is very lucky to have you in terms of this show that you're going to outreach. Why is it really important to have a communication of this nature, like up north, and utilise the community and, you know, keeping us connected? Why is it so important?
I think it's important because there isn't really a voice, certainly not on television. Even in Perth, with the major networks, there isn't really a kind of Perth voice or indeed a WA voice, and there's certainly not a voice from the regions. So it's very important that people who live in WA have that voice. We can, they can connect with each other. The aim of the channel is that we're trying to show things on the channel that you can't see anywhere else.
Yes.
That has never been seen, on the existing
So the art
channels.
is in the curation
Absolutely,
to reach people.
yes. You're looking for things that are WA centric, which is why the couch ticks a lot of boxes. We are, for next year, we're working on something called All Aussie Access, and I still find that difficult to say, which is basically
It's because you come from the UK. Hey?
That's why, yeah.
Joking.
It's basically a music program. So we're creating 10 1-hour shows based around that.
Fantastic.
And we're also talking to some motorsport fanatics about creating some motorsports program, everything from electric skateboarding, yes, there is such a thing, to kind of buggy racing and things like that.
Do you know, I just came back from Kalgoorlie, a couple of days of consulting up there, and there is one of the biggest desert races up there, I learned.
Yes, that's right.
And it's phenomenal. They trace them all around. Apparently, it's one of the biggest in Australia.
Well, what we're hoping to do is be able to go around to different locations in WA, so Bunbury, Kalgoorlie, I think Rockingham, Karratha certainly, and basically organise race meets and put that together as a once-a-week TV programme.
Fantastic. So you're really connecting all of our regions in Western Australia. That's fantastic, and that's missing. I think everyone would agree.
That's just something that just doesn't happen now. So that's where we're aiming to kind of put that right. And one of the things that when I have this kind of penchant for kind of understanding history of stuff. What I didn't realise that television never even turned up in the remoter parts of WA until like the 1970s.
Yes. So much isolation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question? Sorry to interrupt
you,
you, Sir, Sir Andrew.
If you don't interrupt, I'll just go
I almost
for it.
feel being English. It's like Sir Andrew Sharp. A question for you. If people want to submit television ideas, are you open to saying, come to us?
Absolutely.
And what do they need to have? I mean, people listening right now go, I love the idea of this. What do we need to do? Can they get in touch?
Yeah, absolutely. Get in touch with me, Andrew at nadamedia.com.au, and literally just send me a kind of one sheet of an idea.
And what sort of ideas are you looking for? Like for those people, you don't want a cooking show if you're not going to use it. What sort of stuff?
We want a cooking show, Fred. What are you talking about?
I'm just making sure Nisha doesn't apply.
I want a cooking show.
Because I know that you're going to get an anonymous one.
Seriously, one of the things we've talked about is doing a cooking show.
Well,
because it's like WA
bring it to the
regional
Pilbara.
recipes.
Yeah. Yes, I'm
I
very
think
happy.
it's-
I accept.
I think it's wonderful. She's happy to come back with you to the Pilbara. Bring her up to the Pilbara.
I will. I like going up to the Pilbara.
Well, we're happy to make the programme in the Pilbara, but we're equally happy to make it
Excellent.
in Perth or
Andrew.
Kalgoorlie or
Yep,
wherever
Andrew,
you want
I'm
to
in.
set up the stove
Straight on a
and
plate, we
start
can
cooking.
pair it all up.
So for those
Yeah.
people at home, Andrew, is Nada TV publicly funded, privately funded, or a mix?
It's basically community funded.
There you go.
So
So
Nada Media
It's not a
basically
huge organisation.
is basically funded and owned by the Injibandi Aboriginal Corporation. And as I say, we've run the radio station on that model, and basically television comes from the same
On
stable.
top of it, which is
so
wonderful.
my role as head of programming encompasses both radio and television.
Yes. Okay.
Although obviously I'm working slightly more on
And-
the
Well, we
television.
can do cooking on
these
radio
days.
as well as TV.
I actually have done cooking on the radio.
Oh,
and
please don't
yes.
tell her that. Please don't tell her. Oh, look,
We
I'm
can
no
make it
longer on.
happen.
I'm not on radio anymore, but if I was, I'd give you.
The trick to cooking on radio is you make some of the noisiest dishes you
Yes.
can possibly
I
make.
can
So
do- I'm
something with
part
lots of
Greek. I
sizzling
can
and
smash
stuff
plates.
like that.
She's clearly making
perfect.
noises. Hey, Andrew, how do people access Nada TV? What do they need to have? Do they need
Okay.
to have an iPhone 16 or?
You can have an iPhone or you can have an Android, and there is an app for both of them.
She's
just
got
go
both.
You just go to the App Store and you
I don't,
download
I'll have them.
Nada TV, and you'll see it's a red square
like the app.
with double ends on the top. If you have a Google TV in
Yes.
your living room, there is also an app for that, so you can download that. Or you can just open up your laptop or your PC and just type in www.dardamedia.as, what it says on the bottom
how
of the screen.
connected I am. I've actually got the app on my phone. You probably can't see it in the studio, but there it is, Nada TV. Oh, there's a picture of me then. Oh, Nisha, you're not on the cooking
That's
segment.
right. The cooking show will be on the front,
It's
won't it,
pretty
Andrew?
easy.
When it premieres,
The cooking
it'll
show will
be
be on the front.
The app works amazingly. You just go in and do a search of all the programs you
Yes.
want, or you can watch it live on there as
You
well.
can watch it
Beautiful.
live, or as I say, you can watch it on demand. So you'll be able to see the couch anytime,
Thank you.
anywhere.
Now they're
Cooking
telling us to
anytime,
wrap
anywhere.
it up.
Yeah.
Hey, Nisha will definitely be in touch. She's just ordered her new iPhone 16.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being part of the couch. We love having new family members to the couch.
Thank
and,
you, and we look forward to running
congratulations.
the show every week.
And it's launching tomorrow. Can we
Launching
just
tomorrow.
say on a Monday in Perth, Monday date. And please
Monday,
support them.
6:30.
There you go, 6:30 p.m. You can watch the couch. Nisha, thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure.
As always,
Thank
go off and prepare your cooking
I
segment.
will. I'm working on my spiel now.
Andrew, run for your life. Andrew, run very quickly. We'll take a break. More of the couch coming up right after this. Stick around.
Connect with the couch online through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Welcome back to the couch. Always a pleasure to talk to local charities here in Perth that do amazing work. Food Bank WA, and the CEO is here, of course, Kate O'Hara. Welcome back.
Good to see you again.
Nice to
Ted.
have you back. What have you been up to since we last spoke?
Oh, lots of things happen week by week. It just seems like there's ever changing. But the most exciting is our new address in Bunbury.
It happened.
Oh, well, we've got an address, which
Yep.
is great, the first thing. And
That's a good
now we've
start.
started the funding.
Yep.
And we're going to be in Dalyalup Beach Estate.
Now, for those people who don't know, the work that Food Bank does in the community, tell us some of the categories of work that you do.
So we do three things. We feed people in need.
Mm-hmm.
We educate people about how to feed themselves well.
Yep.
And we advocate by telling their stories.
And how are we going as a society, as Australians? And I know there's Food Bank in other states. How are we going? Are we? Is it increasing the demand on your? I know you're going to say yes, but I'd love you to tell our viewers at home, how's the service going? Do we have more people requiring it?
Yes, we definitely have more people requiring it. The sad part of the story of what we do is the people that are needing help and coming forward are people on incomes, people with two incomes in a household that can't cope, that can't keep up with rent or mortgage, plus utilities, plus cost of food. So people that don't want to lose their home
Yep.
are turning to our service so they can better balance a budget.
Correct. And tell us about the food side of your work. People can be referred to Food Bank.
Correct.
There's a whole heap of people that can refer us to Food Bank. And as part of that referral, what can they receive?
So when they come into a branch, there's 6 branches across the state, from Geraldton to Kalgoorlie to Albany and up. There's over 70 different locations we pull up our mobile service to alongside a partner agency like Good Sammy's or Salvo's, and they can pick up food, of which there is free fruit and veg, which is really great for a nutritional diet. There is meat with a handling fee, and then there is grocery product as well. So it's not about providing people a handout, it's a hand
A
up.
helping hand.
Correct.
Yeah,
and you can
absolutely.
spend a lot less and get a whole lot of food, really good food.
And it is good food donated by amazing West Australian companies or Australian companies as well. And the supermarkets help as well.
Very
I'm assuming.
much.
But there's always more need. So if you're out there and you're saying, we've got this, contact Food Bank, because there might be a yes to that as well. Don't throw food away. Don't waste it, because there's always someone that doesn't have it. Look, you guys run an amazing organisation with so many volunteers. Can I ask you, how many people roughly work at Food Bank and how many are volunteers as well?
So we're getting close to 100 staff, which is terrifying because it's sort of breaking point
It's
at
a lot of
100.
people.
It is a lot of people. Over 250 regular volunteers come in each week, which we simply couldn't do what we do without them. And then throughout the year we have about 2,000 to 2,500 corporates that come in and volunteer their time.
And I do love your breakfast program that you operate as well.
Yes.
Tell us about that, because that's one of my favourites that you do, and it's really very vital, I think.
Over 550 schools receive food from Food Bank to run a school breakfast program. There is more need. The state government did commit to and is working with us on delivering to 670 schools.
Yep.
And they're trying to make it available up to 5 days a week.
Wonderful.
So that's very exciting, because if you get good food in tummies, ready for school, and it's not just primary, it's primary and high, then they are much more able to pick up and learn and grow during the day.
And we've said this before, so many people say, well, it's not for me, I feel embarrassed, I don't want to...
Oh, yes.
And you'd be amazed how many people can be radio announcers or TV presenters, or it could be a branch manager at an office of, a bank, or they could be a doctor, or they could be an unemployed person. It could be anybody that have fallen on hard times.
Absolutely.
And don't be afraid to ask for help.
And it happens very quickly. So life happens, and that could be a health issue or medical issue, a car accident, a change in marriage status.
Yep.
There are grandchildren that turn up on the door of some households that they're not expected to be there. So life happens, and we don't judge.
And families break up as well. As a big one as well, with people breaking up, kids finding themselves between families. And Food Bank does an amazing job. Now, obviously, we're coming up to October.
Yes.
What have you got planned for the rest of the year? What's coming up for Food Bank?
So October is Anti-Poverty Week, which is really important to give a focus on all things. We release our hunger report each October, and it gives us an indication of how the economy is going.
Isn't it terrible that we actually have a poverty week and we're actually having to do that as a country like ours, or as a world?
Absolutely. And there's a dual speed economy in WA.
Yep.
Those that have more, and those that have not are growing in number, and that's the truth of it.
Absolutely. So we've got Poverty Week coming up. Is there other events coming up leading up to Christmas? I know we'll probably have you back on again.
Obviously, Telethon.
Yep.
Telethon weekend's very important for us.
What are you doing?
Well, we've been involved with Telethon for a long time. They support our program in schools, and without their support and teaching of parents of 0 to 5, without their help, we couldn't keep that nutrition education going. And Telethon have been incredible with their events for the families on the weekends. So we always love having a stall at that event out by Perth Arena each of the Telethon Sundays. So it's a big part of our program and a great support to the broader community of WA.
I'm very proud of Food Bank. Look, we go back 15, 20 years, and it's sad to say that this organisation has had to survive all these years, but without you, so many people would be in a worse position, can I say? And I know the work that you do has grown. The factories that you run, or the offices, have grown.
Yes.
And I'm so happy to hear that Bunbury has now got a street address. Do we know what the street address is? Can we tell people? Not that we want people to turn up there yet.
Not yet, don't turn up there. It's at Greenfield side. So it's number 4 Whaling Close in Dalyellup Beach Estate.
Is that exciting for you?
Well, it is, because this time we're building a facility that will also house youth focus. So there'll be help for young people, 12 to 24 at Youth Focus.
Yep.
And we've got Financial Wellbeing Collective. We've been working with Financial Wellbeing Collective now for over 18 months. So people can come and get food, and then also come and talk to someone about their finances. And so Bunbury will be this new experience.
It'll be a great new hub. So what's coming up after this? What do we need to do? We've got the address now. What are we doing? Looking for someone to build it?
Fundraising.
Okay. How good would it be if you were a big building company? Come to you and say, we'll build your amazing new office in Bunbury.
Well, we're not that fancy, but it's got 4 walls and a roof, so that helps. It would be amazing to have a builder that would like to participate with us in a, let's call it low bono manner. That would be wonderful. So we've got to get the funds together to build it, and then hopefully be open by November next year.
Anything else you want to touch on just quickly before we wrap it up?
Well, just to all the listeners, don't get to Christmas and find out that you're in trouble or there's things that you need to do.
Yep.
It's a very welcoming environment at Food Bank. We don't judge. If you need to better balance your budget and get a referral, please, as you said before, do it. Don't be shy to come forward.
And you can do it through Western Power, you can do it through your utilities, you can do it through so many charity organisations. So get your help. Food Bank is there to help. They do an amazing job. They know how to do it. They've been doing it for years.
31.
31 years. Yeah, I was going to say you've aged a bit. Kate O'Hara, of course, is the boss, and she does a great job. She works as part of the team, and she's got a great team. Even if you want to volunteer, get in touch with them. What's the website?
www.foodbank.org.au.
Lovely. Kate O'Hara. We'll take a break. On the Couch, always support Food Bank. They are local, just like us. We'll take a break. More of the Couch coming up after this. Well done. Thank you very much.
Connect with the Couch online through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Tell me, would you wait for me? Baby, I'm a rolling stone. I got a lot of right in me, but I don't want to say this.
Welcome welcome back to the couch. It's time for some bitchin', and we've got the two bitches here. Of course, Bernadette Marie, welcome, and also Demelza Leonard, welcome to the couch.
How are
Nice
you?
to have you here. Now, Alexander was supposed to be part of it, but we don't know where he's gone, and he's very busy today. But we will carry on without him. We've got three amazing topics. Should reality TV stars be banned from re-entering shows?
Well,
What do you guys think? Tell me the background to this. What are we talking about?
I love reality TV. You know, I love Married at First Sight, love all the shows. But I guess, you know, when you look at reality TV stars coming back into a show, sometimes it depends how it's done. But I think it can make them look like sometimes they're chasing the spotlight. You know what I mean? Like, can make them look a little bit, you know, for want of a better word, desperate. You know?
And we do that a lot, don't we?
I think also we have to have a look at the reality shows as well, because it can be done in a really great way. Now, one of those examples, and I know you are probably going to have to go home and Google these, Fred.
Go for
So
it.
don't know if you actually are aware of who I'm about to talk to. So The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. It is a massive, massive show.
Okay.
It's so
it's probably
good.
the number one reality television
really
show.
good.
It's taken over for Vanderpump Rules. Give you a little bit of background knowledge on it. It's based around a group of Mormon wives known as Mum Talk on TikTok that became bigger and known and obviously piqued the interests of producers because of a bit of a swinging scandal.
Yeah, it started with Taylor
Frankie Paul.
I see you both
So,
watch it.
so it started with Taylor Frankie Paul and another friend called Miranda, and then it kind of expanded, and this TV show has come along and it's actually great viewing. However, now what we're seeing is some of that cast. So Taylor Frankie Paul has just been announced as the US Bachelorette for their new season. I think they're up to season 4,332. But also you have Whitney and Jen, who are part of that show, who have dance backgrounds, and they are currently competing on Dancing with the Stars with Robert Irwin.
So when you do it that way, that is good because they're doing something completely
different to what we saw them before.
Yeah, so it actually looks like they're diversifying. It looks good.
To bring an Australian example, if we got, say, Gretel Killeen from Big Brother, if they brought her back to Big Brother and she did Up Late, say, and they you know, put makeup on her and made her look beautiful like she always is anyway.
I think it might be more along the lines of somebody that was on Big Brother and then they go on to Celebrity, Get Me, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And then they go on and they do My Kitchen Rules
Dancing with the Stars.
and MasterChef. And, you know, they're just constantly popping up, whereas they aren't necessarily focusing on something
So when
that
is
is
it
their
okay?
niche.
When
They
is it
just want
okay to
spotlight.
bring back these reality stars? When something's new?
I think when it's really diverse enough that it looks like they've actually franchised out into their own, you know, like their own thing, and then moved into, like, say a lot of them go on to be like maybe a radio DJ, or they have their own programs.
Correct.
So,
and
Love Island, another show that you probably don't watch.
I know
right?
the show.
So Maura Higgins was one of their contestants.
Yeah.
She now actually hosts After Sun, which is their kind of similar to their Big
Like a
Brother
spin-off.
late night,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
She's also hosting a whole heap of other things, but she's fantastic at what she does.
Is she good?
On top of that, Ariana Madix from Vanderpump Rules.
that was massive.
There was a massive scandal on Vanderpump Rules that she was involved in. Part of that storyline was her and her boyfriend having at the time having a massive fight over the fact that she watches too much Love Island. Guess who is now the host of the last 2 seasons of Love Island?
That was a
Ariana
great
Madix. And I
shift.
think that shift and those types of shifts work incredibly well because there is a level of authenticity to it.
All right, let's move into topic 2. Celebrities or Ozempic. Now, I don't know where the background is to this. Cheat code or smart move. What's this all about?
Yeah, so basically what we're seeing is there are a number of celebrities who have lost weight and are looking fantastic at the moment.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yes, we've noticed. Wonderful.
And they're very public and open about the fact that they are using Ozempic or...
Now, this is the injection for those people. It's created
Yes.
for diabetes, but it's a side effect that it actually makes you lose weight.
Yeah.
Yes,
But you've got to stay on it for the rest of your life.
You're seeing people have these dramatic weight
Massive
loss.
weight loss.
But then on the flip side, you're also
There's
seeing
a lot of complications
But
with
it's
it.
kind of not fair because, like, a lot of the like singers or stars we look up to, like they may have been promoting that healthy body image, and then now that they've lost weight, it's okay to be skinny. It's fine, and I've done it. Or they might just show themselves in a gym one time,
Yep.
and now they're
Isn't
so.
it funny? Years ago, it used to be Jenny Craig. Do you remember they all of a sudden, I think Magda
Yeah, it's always gonna be
Szupanski, the
something.
dear Magda Szupanski started with Jenny Craig. She lost a lot of weight. The money then dried up, and even the lady from that was on Big Brother. I'm thinking of the lady that's hosting a lot now. She's on radio a lot.
Yes,
Chrissy Swan.
She was also quite a larger person, and then she
Yeah.
lost a lot of weight through Jenny Craig promotion on The Circle when she was on that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the promotion ran out and they put all the weight back on. So, look, I get all that, and I think those traditional diets are great if it's realistic. But if you're selling yourself to that
But
organisation...
What kind of pressure is it putting on the public as well? Like, that's
and
what
young people too.
Yeah.
Because it's body image, and it's all about saying, okay, but
We
do
did-
we all have the money to do it?
We did so much to promote a healthy body image, and now all of a sudden it just feels like we've come back to square one, and you have
Well-
to fit into a size 6.
And it's amazing that Ozempic, I was on Ozempic many years ago, and never worked for me, because the whole idea of Ozempic is when you're on it, you've got to stay on it. And if you go off that Ozempic injection, you'll put the weight back on. And I've got a couple of friends that are on it as well. Very expensive. So now if you're not a diabetic, it's very hard for you to get it. And they've created, I believe, a new version, which is the diabetes medication free, and it's only for weight loss. But it's very expensive. It's about $100 an injection.
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap. It's
So-
not cheap.
and I know what you're saying. A lot of personalities are starting to take Ozempic, and I wonder what the promotion is that they're getting.
I can even say in the circle that I'm in, I see a lot of people, every time I see them, they're losing weight. And
Do you think it's good to do it with an injection, or do you think it's the wrong message to give
Well,
people?
I think also, and you said it earlier, once you come off it,
You put the weight back on.
Put it back on. So it's really just a band-aid fix. And to be honest, I'm a little bit upset because, I'm someone who has junk in her trunk, and I'm okay with that.
There's only
But-
two ways to lose weight. One is weight loss by eating better food and exercising, and the other one's by having surgery like I have. And unfortunately, they're the only two things that work. Taking medications, taking tablets, they are a temporary fix and a dangerous fix sometimes. So I don't know.
well, it's like anything, we don't know what the health risks are going to be at this stage, which
and
is
also,
quite scary.
everyone's different. There's going to be different
People
ways,
that it works for
different
and-
metabolisms that have different things that will allow them to lose that weight.
So are we for it or against it? Personalities?
I'm
using-
against it.
I'm against
I
it.
won't be doing it anytime soon.
No, no, I'm happy, as I said, with my junk in my trunk.
Yes, I think go and see your doctor, go and see a dietitian, go and
Yeah.
get some professional help. It's probably the better way of going. Influencers versus journalists. Now, I'll be the journalist, you guys be the influencers, right? Who shapes pop culture
I
more?
think Demelza's going to be quite opinionated on this.
okay.
I know
Tell
we
us
were
what we're
talking
talking about.
outside earlier.
So this is really interesting. It works in both ways. So I'm slightly Switzerland, but it depends on what element we're discussing. Because I think in this aspect, when you study journalism and you become a journalist, you have all this information that you've learnt at uni about media ethics and law, defamation, things that how you fact check, what you do. And I think there is a huge risk at the moment, and we are seeing it, where people are influencers or content creators, they aren't doing their fact checking. They are editing things to suit their own narrative. And an example of that, which we were talking about, was when Basil Zemplis had the hot mic. And it was only a snippet that was taken, but when you actually see the full context, it wasn't what it was made out to
See,
be.
I tend to agree with you. From a journalist point of view, a journalist will go to a story and the producer, the director, the boss, chief of staff will say, Demelza, I want you to go and cover this story about the protest that's going on in Perth. This is the angle, this is what we're looking at. So Demelza will go out and go for facts, the truths, hopefully, and cover both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
An influencer, unfortunately, you're there to influence more people to follow you. A journalist doesn't do that. So, and I'm not saying either one is bad, but an influencer's role is basically to go out and say, Fred, eat this hot dog and you'll look beautiful, and that influencer will get money depending on how many people buy those hot dogs or those, and they're both important. I don't like the word influencer because it makes it look cheap and
Neither do
dirty.
I.
No,
I prefer
I'm not a
media
fan.
professional, or I prefer they give it a marketing role. I hate the word influencer because it's always never influencing for the good.
Yeah.
It's always the negative that people dwell on, if that makes sense.
And this is exactly it. There are actual content creators, influencers, people who are sharing factual information and they're doing it in a very good way.
Or helpful information.
Exactly. But I think, and you know, it's such a high risk because I just have to think about my mum when she calls me and goes, I saw this on the internet, because they believe it to be true. And that doesn't mean the person...
you might be promoting a product which we're getting paid to promote, but we might like that product, but we might not eat 1 million kilos of it.
That's right.
And it's like
but I think essentially, you know, the audience out there has to find the influencer that they resonate with, that they trust, and so it's important for that influencer, for want of a better word, to make sure that the stuff that they're promoting or that they're posting is credible. It aligns with them.
And you both do it. I mean, I've seen you both promote restaurants, products,
because otherwise it's no different to the cash for comment issues that we had decades ago.
I'd have to say that most of the influencers I know are credible people. I mean, I know you too, and I know sometimes we have to do a promotion for a restaurant because they want that promotion, but someone has to do it.
Yeah.
And when you do it, you're not necessarily saying this is the only place that I will eat, and because they're not paying you enough to say that. But you will say the food's good. This is what you can get. Hope you enjoy it.
But also, as an influencer, only align with the things that you really resonate with. If you don't resonate with it, don't take the job on at all.
And how many do you turn down?
Yeah, you have to.
Do.
You have to say no so that you have a clearer path for yourself and your audience.
You know, I've been offered, you know, I have to say,
big deals,
bikini deals, but they want me to be in the Speedos.
I know.
And I'll knock
the mankini from Borat, right?
You either will wait till that money's right, or you'll just.
Well, that's it. I think it's really important to say also that journalists can also be influencers, if you want to call them that. I don't like the name influencer, but a journalist puts up a story.
Yeah.
And they'll edit it in their angle. Television stations, radio stations do it all the time. And when you listen to that, it could be completely different to another journalist. But that is what we're all about. You've got to have variety.
Putting your flavour on it.
You might promote Coca-Cola, I might promote Pepsi. We're not saying one's better than the other, but if you, as the consumer, believe that Coke is better, then you have been successful promoting a product. But I think if we were going to deal with products that aren't safe, or not suitable to us, we wouldn't take that job.
Yeah, and it's also about creating awareness, you know, for that product.
So are we saying, is it influencers or journalists? I reckon they both are equally good.
They both have their place.
They both, definitely.
And one can become the other, but I wish we had a new name instead of influencer.
Yeah, I can't wait for that new name to come.
I think so. Marketing professional. Thank you very much to two fantastic people who influence this show very well. Bernadette Marie, thank you to Demelza. Thank you to Alexander. He's behind the lounge somewhere. He's doing an interview actually on radio, so he couldn't be here today. But thank you for your company today. I hope you enjoyed the show. We are 100% local. We try and keep everything local because to be local, you have to live local. And that's what we do here on The Couch. Thank you to all our fantastic team today. It's been a bit of a rush. It's been a busy day, but we've got through it. Thank you again. Next week, lots more guests, lots more events, lots more Perth to the whole of Australia. So have a wonderful week, Australia. Enjoy yourself, stay safe, and we will catch you next week again on Foxtel and everywhere else that we air. Bye-bye.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Retrovision, the right advice at the best price. Safety Compliance Global, taking care of all your safety requirements. The Ray Hotel. Discover the best pub experience in Fremantle. And Eco Action, inspiring positive environmental change. Thank you all for supporting local.